Well, hello to my wonderful subscribers. I'm playing with paint today. Been doing a lot of meditating. Walked a mile and a half. It was really cold. I was happy to be outside though. I'm new to watercolor. Having a blast with it though. Loving it. It goes so well. Like my perfect morning would be eat a good breakfast, listen to Libby, Jennifer, Lisa Vest, absolutely, positively, and then go for a nice 3-mile walk, and continuing with my perfect day, or at least morning, would have to include painting. Because there's something so magical about painting. And watercolors aren't that expensive. Pretty inexpensive, actually. This is, I know somebody's going to ask, and Emily is educating me, my almost daughter, on water. And she gifted me this beautiful paper for Christmas, and I tore it into pieces. So it would last longer. But she said 300 weight cold pressed paper is really beneficial if you're just starting to watercolor, so you would, can enjoy the process. So past that, that's the height of my art knowledge. Now, Diana Bowles, there's somebody with tons of art knowledge, all kinds of knowledge. So please feel free to ask her. You think you would like? Yeah, she's gonna laugh when she hears that. Yeah, I'm gonna get a text about that one. Such wonderful sisters, Kelly, Humor, Terry, at Holding Your Space, Diana, Sal, Teresa Ford, Jules, so many fantastic, Fatima. It gets crazy. I know I just chuckle as I watch Terry trying to remember everybody's names while she's in a theta state, while she's leading meditation. I don't know how she does it all. I don't know how she does it. She's amazing. But one thing I wanted to share today that I was thinking about earlier was I was taught that every story has 7 levels. And you don't always know which level you're in or which level you're being taught or told about. But if you get quiet within, you can ask. You can ask Spirit, what level of the story is this? This works best when you're doing self-reflection. And the answers are short, but very helpful. You might say, oh, you're clearing a chakra. Oh, that's peeling away. Because one of the recent and most profound realizations I had, and I think it's because of the energies at this time, it's my intuition would lead me to believe that, of course. Sometimes, when Spirit calls and you have that I am all in feeling, I am all in, what can I do? I am here to be of service. It is my joy to be of service. You tell Spirit, your guides, and 100% divine white bright light in you, around you to surround you, and through to inspire others. And rise with Mother as she ascends. That's the whole deal here. So sometimes it's helpful when you're looking for clues in situations, people, or even in nature, to ask, what level of the story am I in? because when we walk around in the world, we are lighting up codes in the land around us. Some say to people too, and I suppose that could be, but I'm more comfortable with the land. Some people just shine though, you know, you can see them, they just light up a room. Those people, you always find each other. Not a problem. And many of you are those people. I'm absolutely sure of it. I should have brought a paper towel with me. That's okay. It's okay. There you go. Don't always know which part of the story you're in, because things look different from different energy centers. So the root chakra will always look for things to be threatened by or things to secure. And so on. I was also reminded earlier this week, over the weekend, pardon me, because I reached out and I asked for help from a sister, from Diana, and from Kelly, a Cali healer. Well, when I was speaking with Diana has this way of just bringing things to life. You all know this. I mean, we're all just enthralled. I mean, I see teachers, superiorly gifted people, listen to Diana, and we all just feel like little children, and we just want her to keep talking. It's always like a bummer when she stops telling us about things in the natural world, that as she explains them to us, we're like, oh, of course. Wow, how did I be on the planet this long and not be paying attention? But that woman has been paying attention. Anyways, she reminded me in a conversation. I called her to thank her for a gift she sent. She spoiled us rotten, and I called her to say thank you. And we got to visit, and I was asking questions. And she reminded me of the holding things in a non-dominant hand. So when you see her on shows, be sure and ask her about this. Blow your mind, really super helpful. You know, it's the basic mechanics that a lot of us learned and then promptly forgot, because when I started this spiritual path in my 20s, I hit the ground running. I had altars everywhere, I had crystals like crazy, had them everywhere, but there was so much growth I needed to do, and things in life that needed to happen, and children that were going to be born. So didn't get back to it for quite some time, because I was living my life, learning my lessons, interacting with the world. Some of it I enjoyed. Anyway, there I went off topic there. Oopsie daisy. So this non-dominant hand that I'm using reminds me of holding natural objects like rocks in that non-dominant hand. And one of the things that Diana gave me was a beautiful book, which I think I left by my bedside, that I'm reading that pertains to this. And I have only read the preface so far, but wow, it's incredible. I'll share it. That's when I'm done reading it, I will definitely share it. It's phenomenal. The premise reminded me of like how I was in my 20s, where, you know, I went through a space of wanting a lot of crystals and setting up a lot of altars, and then I kind of had another moment because it was in training for a year with what turned out to be not a real shaman. and many lessons were learned. We had to forgive ourselves for the mistakes we made, or the things we didn't know because we were young. I don't think I would say young and stupid. I think I would say young and naive about myself or anyone else. And naive is a part of life. So much is learned. So the non-dominant hand, whether you're making art, or looking for signs in nature. One tool that I have found that works like gangbusters, oops, wrong brush, is talking out loud. I know that sounds just nuts, but it works. Talk to the sky. Talk to the trees. You don't have to talk loud, but talk to them. Thank them for protecting us. Ask questions. Ask that nature answer. Like one time, years and years ago, I had a big decision I needed to make, and I had big feelings about it too. So I went to a state park. It's a kayak. It's out at on the reservation where we lived for 10 years, my son and I. And it's a beach out there. And I asked for 7 crows to land in this tree right in front of me, if they would please land. 7 crows, please. Now, before that, of course, for my whole life, I'd been seeing crows and I'd say hello. But I had done a little research on crows and in my 20s, and I'd found that they were law, sacred law. And I never forgot it. Crow and raven. Raven knows both worlds. Raven can see in both worlds all the time. The sacred book of law. I read all this in my medicine card books by Barron Company, Jamie Sams, called Medicine Cards, and talked about how the book of law was made with their medicine, crow medicine. And I love how they stick together generationally. I love how they mourn. They understand mourning. They remind us of many, many things. So it's important when you see them. I always, if I see any food discarded or something, like tossed out of a garbage can on garbage day, I tell the crows about it. I send them a picture in my head, because that's how animals see things, is pictures in their head. So that's, like when your dog knows you're going to go for a walk pretty soon, they saw the picture in your head. So you can send pictures. I volunteered with wildlife and also at the Woodland Park Zoo for some years, and loved it with the orangutans. Helped out in the African part for a little bit. It was really fun. So I know this is true. I know it's true that if you think in pictures, the animals will see it. And what you'll see most is they will look at you like, you're talking to me? Because they're so used to people not talking to them. They're a little surprised when you do. But these are all soft, quiet things that I do. These are soft, quiet things I have learned that I was comfortable with. And I didn't learn them from a place of great wisdom. Was not trained as a child, or, there's no special music playing in the background of my life. It's just when you're, quiet, shy, and you're more comfortable in nature and with animals than you are with people, then nature is more available to you as a teacher. And there's, it's awesome. Kind of turned out to be a good thing. I don't know that I was always a really great student, but, it's a wonderful way to learn. Nature is, if you're willing to go out and spend time with nature, you ask it, be gentle with me. I am just learning. I am just now remembering who I am. And with all my heart and soul, I want to fulfill my purpose. For all my relations. For all my relations. I believe that Gaia, as you call her, as we have all called her for decades now. I think she might be getting a new name of Matea, but I don't really know that that's true. I don't know that that's true in my bones. I don't know that yet because I haven't remembered that far. I'm still working on remembering more. And I have found that I can't rush it. I can't control it. I can't push it. I cannot exert my will over this, which really sucks because I have a strong will and that usually works. When I want to really get something done, or anyway. What I have found the hard way is that if I say I surrender to my highest good, I surrender to my highest good in 100% divine, white, bright, white light to surround me and guide me and protect me so that I may fulfill my purpose for all my relations. If you do that in that protected way that respects you and who you are, that you are sacred, then your gifts are going to start showing up. And also, sorry to tell you this, but whatever you're supposed to be letting go of will make itself felt too. That's okay. We got this. We can do this. And that's why we have this community, so we can help each other, because I would not be here today without my dear sisters here, my husband, my family, my friends. That came out really weird. Didn't mean that to be quite so gastric. Oh wow, this really went as below so below. I wasn't really planning on that. I wanted that to be a sunset. Okay, that's what I get for talking a little too much. Talking, we shall change it. The future is fluid. The future is fluid because I said so. I am going to create maybe a sky full of snow. Do not panic. That's looking a little bit like a mess. That's okay. Okay, we had this beautiful, perfect sky. And then life happened to it. Like it does to so many things. Life happened. Everything went kerflooey. It seemed big old storm. La 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 la. We said no way. Whoops, it's in my hand. And I think we all decided. as a soul group. We'll meet again. At the end we will remember. It's been since Once drove through Utah as the sun was rising. My mother was asleep in the passenger seat, so I was being very quiet. And a herd of, I think they were rams or goats, ran in front and beside me. And the sky was so captivating, and to hear them and just watch them running along beside me was just magical. It was such a special feeling. Just being a part of the story. I'm most comfortable being part of the story, but a quiet, windy part that can go away in a hurry and arrive quietly and observe. Man, I need some more white paint pretty soon. I think I have some in the other room. Just have to remember it. There's a really cool thing. Watch. You put salt on it. Pardon me. Anyway, I hope that was enjoyable for you to watch and listen to. And thank you so much for stopping by. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.